What's up, guys? It's your girl Kia, and I am back for another video. So today we are going to quickly have a quick conversation about the new rules put out by Carnival Cruise Line. If you haven't heard, Carnival Cruise Line put out rules today that seemingly target Black people. And I'm sorry, I agree with Carnival Cruise Line. And people keep saying that it's not fair, it's racist, it's this and that. But let's not act like these rules just came out of nowhere and and Carnival Cruise Line is just doing this out of nothing. Recently, I want to say about 3 months ago, this happened.
With Carnival Cruise Line after getting into a fight. The video from Saturday appears to show a group of people. You see them here shoving each other while disembarking a ship inside of a terminal in Galveston. You can see people being pushed to the ground. In a statement to NBC News, Carnival says this happened in an area under the authority of U.S. Customs and Border Patrol and has been turned over to law enforcement. 24 people are now banned.
24 people. 24 people got caught up in a fight in the customs terminal of a Carnival Cruise Line. And this is not the first fight. This is one of at least 5 or 6 fights I have seen over the years, all on Carnival Cruise Lines. All of them. One of them happened in a nightclub during an all-white party I saw. That ended up being a gigantic brawl. I have seen multiple fights online, on TikToks, on social media over the years, and they've all been Royal Caribbean. I've never seen them on Norwegian. I never seen them on Royal Caribbean. And even me personally, when my family did a family cruise, like my whole family, like one of those family reunion cruises, we went on Carnival, and there was a fight on that cruise. And it's just a weird thing that keeps happening, but it's not happening. It makes sense. And let me tell you why it makes sense. Carnival Cruise Line is very, very affordable, almost to the point of it being cheap, meaning everyday people that may not have the couth that you would want them to have are now able to go on these cruises, and they're able to do the all you can drink packages. Now, I don't think this is necessarily a Black people issue thing. I personally think this is an alcohol thing. When you have people on a boat in a contained space where there are, which is basically a small city, you've got people running into each other that may know each other from the same city, may have the same beef. Now you're adding alcohol to that. Not a little alcohol, not one or two drinks. Unlimited drink package literally means unlimited drink packages. So these people are drinking nonstop. So those little beefs, those little issues now become bigger and bigger and bigger. And I think that's what the issue is. So let's talk about the things that are actually being banned. So, they're no longer playing hip. Okay, so stricter drug enforcement. Cannabis, and even if it's legal in your home state, is banned on board under federal law, violated face removal and permanent bans. That's always been like that. I think they used to be a little bit more relaxed with cannabis use. Meaning if you brought gummies or something, that was fine. Like you just couldn't be blowing weed smoke off the boat. I mean, again, went on Cube Carnival. I've smelt it 1 or 2 times, but it wasn't like billowing smoke out of people's staterooms. But I think they're banning all cannabis usage. Youth curfew. Guests 17 and under must leave public spaces by 1 a.m. unless accompanied by an adult or a part of a supervised teen program. That makes total sense. Now here's where things get a little weird. Fan restrictions. Handheld non-battery fans are now prohibited, partly due to safety concerns surrounding the viral "Wear Them Fans at Line" dance. Did somebody get stabbed in the eye with a fan? Because that one doesn't make any sense to me. Most of the people who do the fan dance are over the age of 35, and they're not trying to, especially they're over the age of 30, 35, and they're what they would call the auntie group. Like my mama, well, I'm over 35 now, so I guess it's me too. They're the women who are bringing their fans out of their purses and doing the fan dance and then putting it back in their bag and gonna go sit down. Like the line dances is the one fun thing the aunties and the grandmas like to do. So I'm not sure why that's getting banned. If that draws a horrible crowd or what, I can't imagine that. I don't understand that. And that is also concerning for me because as somebody, I carry a fan in my purse because I sweat a lot. So I always have a fan. So this being banned would probably, I'd be getting in trouble left, right, and sideways for pulling my fan out just to fan my face as it is a little hot, as I'm walking around. So the next thing is, which I agree with, Bluetooth speaker ban. Guests may no longer play their own speakers in public areas. Carnival says this rule is for comfort, but many see racial bias in an enforcement. I hate this. I absolutely hate when people bring their own Bluetooth speakers to public spaces. It is rude, it is disrespectful, and a lot of times the music they are playing is inappropriate. And also, can you imagine sitting on a relaxing pool deck and you have five different mini speakers all playing different music? That is very loud and kind of ruins the space. Especially since Carnival Cruise Lines and most cruise lines on the pool deck have a DJ. They are playing music. I usually only hang out in the adult space where there's really no music really allowed over there except for what they're playing in the speakers. And because I don't want to do the loud crowd area. But even in people's staterooms, again, my Carnival Cruise experience, different people were playing different type of music in their room and they're playing it loudly. That is not comfortable. It is not fun. And it is super crazy, psycho annoying. So I agree with that. I also don't see how this is a racial bias. Like, nobody should be doing this. No one should be having a personal speaker in a public space. It's annoying. It kills the vibes. All different music. And like I said, a lot of times the music that is playing is not appropriate. If I've got my kids on the deck, and they're playing and whatever, and you're playing, I'm so old I can't think of a rapper that cusses right now, but if you're playing somebody with inappropriate music, I'm gonna be annoyed and I'm gonna go talk to somebody to be like, can you at least tell them to stop or turn it down? The next one is drink package enforcement. The 15 drink daily limit on Carnival Cruise Cheers package has existed for years, but is now being enforced more strictly. 15 drink daily limit. That's what I'm talking about, guys. It is not so much a black people situation, a beef situation. It is a too much alcohol situation. 15 drinks in one day is a lot, especially when you're talking about alcohol beverage. And I know for the drink package, it means that it's also soda and juices included. But a lot of people are only drinking liquor on these cruises for 5 or 7 days straight, and that's a lot. And what they're basically saying here is 15-day limit is for drinks, and they weren't really enforcing that. Meaning, you want to have an extra shot. That doesn't really count as a drink. We'll give you a shot. You want to have a beer? Are we really counting that? They're trying to like blur the lines. Now they're really going to keep tracking that you hit your 15-day limit. I honestly think it should be less than that. And that's somebody who drinks. I am a drinker. I am a girl who enjoys a drink. At the end of the day, that is my thing. But drinking all day, oh, that just sounds like a nightmare in general. Um, Okay, and then the last one is reduced music genre options. Though not officially banned, hip hop and rap appear to be quietly removed from many ship playlists. DJs are also reported to decline guest requests now. Um, I can see how this can now we're get that this one number six. I can see how this could show racial bias because most hip hop music appeals to the African American Black community. So I can see why that would be racial. I get it. But we've all been to the club. We all know how that goes. You add drinking on top of beats, on top of music, people getting hype, and people fight. And there's nothing wrong. And then here's another thing people need to realize. Are they playing loud rock music inside of these clubs? No, they don't. They're not playing mosh pit music inside of these clubs. They're not playing anything that's overly aggressive. And I get it. Hip hop is fun. I enjoy it too. But some of the music is just ignorant AF. It just is. I mean, and people don't want to admit that. And I'm sorry. I said at the beginning, I enjoy Royal Caribbean. I enjoy having the adult space. I enjoy it being a little bit more calmer, more focused on relaxing, and at nighttime having drinks and having fun and doing a little dancing. But I don't want to go at this age. I can't imagine going on a party cruise. And even my family, they no longer go on Carnival. Once everybody kind of quote unquote aged out, everybody has been on Royal Caribbean or Norwegian ever since. So I get why Carnival is doing this. Again, we're not just talking about that one 24 people band fight. There have been multiple fights on Royal Caribbean on social media. So that's why they're trying to curtail that. And that's how they're running their business. I get it. 50% of Royal Caribbean's customers are Black. But maybe if they make these changes, the demographic will change and maybe the vibes will change. Maybe more people will feel comfortable going on Carnival. Like I said, I'm not going on Carnival. It's just not my vibe. And I'm sorry, it's just not my vibe. So maybe I'm wrong. Hop in the comments. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you think these rules are racist. Again, I only think one is racist, and that's number 6, reducing the music. Everything else completely makes sense. So let me know your thoughts, and I will see you in the next video.